Hi, this is Ralene with RaleneCreates. I am so excited. Today I am going to be conquering my craft room. And this is Operation Let It Flow. And if you want to see what I'm going to be doing in this room, stay tuned. Well, I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. This is day one, and I am ready to conquer this craft room. It is a day where I decided that I'm just going to go in and just step by step, just start moving stuff around. I'm starting here on my studio workstation where I do all of my recordings, and I'm just trying to clear things out and put them back. I got sticker books all over the place, and so I figured I'll just start moving stuff out one day at a time. And originally, this project, I had it mapped out to be several weeks, but you'll see that it actually only took me a few days when I put my mind to it. It took me a couple of days just to get started. So, right now, I am just kind of going through some of these washi tapes that are kind of sitting around. I guess I should have kind of stayed in one spot, but as I got sidetracked, I saw the washi tapes just sitting there, and I figured I'd do that first. And so I'm kind of getting distracted by the washi tape. And so I don't know where I went, but I left out for a few minutes and I came back. My goal is to try and get this particular workstation finished, but the washi tape, I realized that there's washi all over the house. And so I ran and got some more of those washi so that I could have a place for it. Now, this workstation here, I do need to continue to record videos. So my goal is to try and take all of this down and place it in my spare bedroom so that I'll have a place to record even though I am everything is apart in this room. So as you'll notice that I'm trying to make sure that my carts still have certain things on it because I might need them. So I am working on just cleaning up this desktop so that I could have everything in one spot. In the long run, I realized that I got it all done, and I didn't really, I never ever worked in the spare bedroom because it came together a lot faster. But I had things mapped out in such a way that if I needed to, I could work in one place, and I was trying to put things kind of neatly in my living room and in my garage so that I could still have a functional house in the midst of this. And so I'm moving my cart, and you can see that I'm going into my spare bedroom with it so that all of my planning supplies would be in one place. I have so many projects that I'm still working on, and there's a cart that's kind of sitting over onto the left side that has all the projects that I'm working on. And so now I got to disconnect all these computers. Thank God for my computing skills. So as I disconnect it all, I'm taking it all into the spare bedroom. The goal is for these computers to not be two computers or one computer on this workstation. My goal is to have two workstations, one area for recording and another area for me to do my writing. If you remember inside of my planning video, I will have a workstation for each one of the different things that I tend to do, such as writing and planning, as well as my office work. And so I got to get underneath the computer and disconnect all of these pieces that I have so carefully put together over the years. I have been dreading this part of the project because I did not want to disconnect all this stuff. But I'm in here now. You'll find that I'm one of those individuals that once I get started with something, I want it done. And so, and I think that's just what's happening with this project here. Once I did decide to get up and just get started and get moving in here, it went pretty quickly. I guess that's how procrastination works. We procrastinate and because we think it's going to be worse than it actually is, and it isn't as bad as we thought. So here I come back in and I'm still trying to disconnect, and I didn't realize how much of this computer equipment that I had until I actually started working with trying to take it all apart here. But it's actually coming together pretty quickly here. And so I am now figuring out how I'm going to use. I'm also thinking about the other room, how I'm going to use some of these items. And I had not thought yet that I would not going to be able to use a spare bedroom because I figured that this was going to take me a little bit longer than I expected. So as I'm moving these items here, I'm trying to take down my ring light and all the items that I have here. And so this project is really something that's been interesting. I hope you are enjoying it, and I hope I can encourage you to just get some of the stuff done. And sometimes it's really, really hard. So again, I'm running from room to room, and if you could see the other side of me running, you could see that I'm running from each room because as I'm putting things up, my goal is to save, donate, sell, and throw away. So as I'm putting my hands on certain things, there are certain things that I know for a fact that I need to get rid of or I need to sell or whatever else. And so I'm trying to kind of keep that in my mind as I am creating my empty canvas here. And I'm finding cords like that is actually the cord for my Cricut. And because I don't want to lose that cord, I go ahead and I put it on top of my Cricut over there. So this has been interesting, and you can tell I'm throwing away some stuff there, guys. Yes, I did throw away a few things. Not as much as probably some of you thought I should, but I did throw away some things here. I'm gonna make you laugh while I'm waiting on myself to come back into the room. That fan that is sitting there is about 20 some years old, and it had been sitting on my desk, and I use it all the time. When I went to put my hands on it, it disintegrated. It just fell apart into my hands across the back. And I did cut that out because it was kind of funny when it happened, but it still works. I'll be honest with you, it still works. And so at some point, I will need to buy another fan for this room. My goal is to try and get a ceiling fan for this room, but I had read somewhere that in a craft room you have to be careful of. And if you'll see here, I'm shaking out some of the stuff that fell from that fan, and I'm looking because I'm looking trying to think if I could put a ceiling fan up there. I digress. Yeah, I read that sometimes you have to be careful with a ceiling fan because you're crafting and things will fly away. And so I'll see. I'm still trying to think about it, but I'm really kind of laughing because that thing really kind of fell all over the place. So there's my ring lamp. And can you believe that there was a girl boss sign up on that wall that you couldn't see? So I will be taking that down. So, one of the things is that this was a makeshift desk, which I really love. This is two 6x6 cubes that I bought some plywood. Actually, not plywood. I bought some it's PDF, I believe it is, and covered it. And I got it from Home Depot for free. And so it really kind of worked for me. What I do need to do though is I probably need to have it mounted to the table so it doesn't shake much. So now I'm getting down to my little secret spot where I kind of store things and hide things. And so no more hiding. And you can see I'm throwing away some things that I don't need. And all my cutters are underneath there. And so, so I'm going to clear that area out because I want to use it a little bit more, not just functional, but neatly. And so I'm pulling all those things out. Because I used to scrapbook as well as quilt, there was all kinds of different cutting mats, and I just realized I have two different socks on, so forgive me. I was trying to be comfortable during this process here. So I'm trying to just pull out everything that I possibly can so that I can move all of these things here. And then I realized that my glue gun was not outside of its box. Some of the items that I had, you can tell that they have just not, they're not in their boxes here. And so I'm just going through here and just kind of letting you see the process. You know, it is a process. And this clean out portion of the project actually took me one full day, a long day. My body was tired by the end of the day. And so I have moved now those washi tapes to this little cute box here. I thought it would be a good place to store them, but I don't like them being jumbled. I like to be able to see the colors in order for me to use them. So later I will shift them out and put them in another container. But for now, this is where I put them so that they'll all be in one place instead of having that Amazon box that I had. So just pulling out all of those bins that were on that 6x6 cube. And if I can get them all up, it looks like it'll be a little easier for me to move them all into the living room out of the place where I am. So down there, I have all of these Happy Planner. I guess those are covers, and I don't use them. They've been just collecting dust, and so I threw a few of them away because they had my name on them, but a couple of them I'm going to use as giveaways or sell on Marketplace on Facebook. That's my goal. If I'm not going to use it, and I know that I'm not going to use it anytime soon, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. I love painting and I love watercolors, and so I'm finding all of my watercolors. They were all in different places, and so my goal is to try and put things in um, similar, like things together. So as I was finding them, I was putting them in one of these cubes so that when I start sorting, I will have them all in one place so that I know what I have. One of the hard things is that you have things in multiple places. Like you might have pins over here and pins over there. And so my goal was to try and put all of my like items in one place so that I can easily find them and have like workstations for all the different things here. So now I'm going through this particular Happy Planner cover, and it actually has some of my personal information in it. I was going to throw that one away, and I realized it was in pretty good shape. So I'm probably running to the garage where my sell and donate boxes are to put those in there. And then right there is a traveler's notebook that I believe I received as a gift, and I love traveler's notebooks, and part of me wanted to give it away and throw it away, but I couldn't. My friend said make sure if it gives you joy, and that one gives me joy, so I need you guys to challenge me on using that traveler's notebook. And I've been doing some lists, and because I believe listers got a list, and so hopefully I will be using that one soon. If not, I might have to discard it later. So now I'm going to just start taking these boxes out of the room one by one because I found a spot in another spare bedroom, so that I could start getting this whole area cleaned out. Now, you'll see that I decided to take it out of the cart, the box, the traveler's notebook. That way I can use it. And I put it with my other traveler's notebooks. Again, like items. I'm putting like items together. And so I figured if it was with the traveler's notebooks, I would use it. But as long as it was in that little box somewhere else, I was going to forget about it. So that was kind of the other thing that I was doing, making sure that things that I could use are with other things that I am using so that I know where they were. So those boxes over on the side, the little teal one and the black ones, those are actually memorabilia from my daughter, from her high school years when I made her scrapbooks. So, and they are already sorted. I've already gone through them, and they're things that she doesn't want me to get rid of, and I probably don't want to get rid of. So I'm going to keep them in the boxes. I'm just not going to put them in a place that is taking up space, like on that cube. So I'm probably going to find a spot for it in the closet. But those are things that I was finding as I was moving around. So if you'll notice, that fan is working right now, even though it was broken. So here's that famous lamp. And I said I was going to get rid of it, but you'll find that it finds a home at the end of this project. And I actually like where it is right now. So I am now trying to move from the recording area into the other craft areas. And this floor was a disaster zone. If you can see my facial expression, I'm looking at that floor. So I finally just got a box. That's my trash box. And I am just dumping stuff one by one, going through things that I know for a fact that has probably been down there for a while. And so sometimes you just got to do that. These are my grandchildren's scrapbooks, so I want to do that. So now that the floor is cleared up, it's time to move all of this furniture out of the room. We are trying to get an empty canvas, and I, again, haven't been looking forward to this. So one by one, I am moving these pieces out of here. I'm trying my best not to go through things as I am moving them out because it is slowing down the process. But some things I needed to know so that if I needed to sort them and put them in places for me to get rid of, those drawers have my punches in them. Some of them have my Cricut supplies, and those are things I'm not getting rid of. I'm probably going to organize them better, but I knew that I could move those with the stuff in them. So I just went ahead and just did just that. I started moving some of the cubes that had things in them so that I know, all I got to do is organize them later. Some things I needed to throw away, and I just threw them away as I was doing it. And then you'll notice that I have the closet door open. And remember, the goal is to put many items that I'm not using on a regular basis into the closet area. So I'm kind of checking the closet to see what's in there so that I know what's going on there. These are rubber stamps, and so I am going to be getting rid of many of the rubber stamps here. And so now I look exhausted, but we'll keep moving. And as I keep moving here, I'm getting these cubes one by one. And you can tell that some things are hidden behind things. And that's where you get in trouble, where you got stuff you didn't even know you had. And so I think those were magnets, where you can make magnets for your refrigerators. So on my wall, you'll see that I have my old license plates from when I was in California, and the one that was actually on the car, you can see that there's no need for the other one, so I threw them away. And so I did throw some stuff away, guys. I did. Yeah, and so now I'm coming here to these boxes here. I'm decided to give those ribbon box. It's a beautiful ribbon box. I love that box, but I haven't used it. So it is going away. Hopefully I can sell it or donate it somewhere. And so I am just moving these. These are my stickers and some scrapbook paper, all of my stash that I talk about all the time. They're in those drawers. Now you can see over in that corner, there is tons and tons and tons and tons of paper. And so I'm trying to grab it. I will sort that later. And that is not the majority of my paper. It's just some of it, the ones that I use the most. And so I'm running and putting that into another room while I clean up that area. So this has been an enlightening experience. And that box that I just moved was the box of Happy Planner pages that I kept stored. This is a box of not planners, but scrapbooks that I've made over the years. And so I am just slowly moving these things out. You can tell I'm getting a little tired because I'm taking one little piece at a time instead of several pieces. But look at there, one box. And these are all rubber stamps. And so I will be getting rid of them. And I'm looking at them because I do love these rubber stamps, but I haven't used them in 2 years. And so I decide that that's something that has to go. I don't know what that little guy thing was, and so I am going to put that to go away as well. So I am now pulling some more. There is I think a 3x2 cube over in that corner, and I am pulling out the cubes inside of there to see exactly what's in there. A lot of it is my schoolwork or computer supplies, and I am literally getting down on the floor to see if there's anything that I really need in those. And this is a I don't know what that thing is. Oh, it makes the holes in your, if you're making a binder. It's a binder, and I haven't used it in years, so that's going away as well. And I have tons of books for when I've taken chaplaincy courses. In this bag here, I'm also going to get rid of it. It has been sitting in there. It's a brand new bag, and still has stuff in it. So I'm just going to throw some of the stuff away and see if I can get rid of it as well. So I am getting to a point where I'm going to need a break. And so I'm pulling this cube out and trying to find out. I'm getting to a good place so I can take a break. And so I didn't need that anymore. So I put it in trash. And there is um, my sticker machine and all of my computer supplies. And so I'm just moving those out so that this would be easier for me to move. And now I'm going to just go ahead and pull that out of this room, and I am getting to a good place to take a break. So I've had a little lunch, and now it's time for me to keep moving. You'll see that I have now moved the desk. I did not do that on camera. You did not want to see me move that desk. And so I actually put it on sliders and I moved it. My body is aching, but I got it done. The goal was for me to have it, this is all about Operation Let It Flow. And so for me to be able to flow through the room was to open this space up a little bit more. And so moving the desk to this wall actually helps that flow for me to be able to walk directly from one area over to another area over to the printer and vice versa. And so even when I bring the cubes back in, it was going to allow me to flow. Now, this area here is where all my stuff from my printer, and this is all my different papers, my stickers, and whatever else. And so I was sorting through them. Now it's time to clear off this bookcase. And this bookcase is it's mostly decorative. It houses a lot of my scrapbooks that could probably, now this is really funny because this is my grandson's name that I made many years ago. And so I went ahead and found that. I didn't even know it was there. So as I was saying, the bookcase here has a lot of my scrapbooks on it. And so because I am not particularly scrapbooking, I am going to find a place inside of my closet for my scrapbooks. I can still get to them. I can still use them. I get a lot of calls about, hey, do you have pictures of this and whatever else? And so I definitely want to make sure that my scrapbooks are accessible. And I still love looking at them. You know, I am a scrapbooker by heart. I think I'm more of a scrapbooker than I am a planner. And so I'm going through all of these items now and moving them out, just out into the room for now, so that I can get a clean slate in order to have a look at exactly what I have. And I love this idea. I know my girlfriend was the one who kind of told me that I needed an empty canvas in order for me to clearly see what how I wanted things. It would be better, and it really did help me, especially in connection to that desk and moving things around and stuff. So you can tell I am still moving around, and this is it's probably mid-afternoon, and like I said, I've had breakfast. I broke my fast for the day, and so now I got a little bit more energy to keep moving. And I am one of those people that once I get started, I am on a roll. And honestly, the way I'm moving in this video, fast forward, that's kind of how my body felt at that moment. And so I am still just going through and grabbing things, but I'm trying to put light things together because as I go to sort things, I want to sit down in my living room and just grab a stack, go through the stack, throw things away. So I'm kind of putting light things together. This little box here that I'm carrying is my extra or duplicate Happy Planner sticker books. And so they really did not need to be out. And so I am literally going to put them also in the closet because I don't need them out all the time. But that was the place that I was using it. And I'm just using a magazine holder for them. And this is my daughter's scrapbook. And I don't know, I have that candle. And so I'm just grabbing stuff as I go and trying to get things done. Now you'll know I do not show you the living room and the spare bedroom where all of these things are going. It's chaos in there right at this moment. But the thing is that I did put things in like places so that it was easier for me to work with. And I believe that that's really important when you're doing something like this because you don't want to have to when you bring stuff back in have to go running all over the house to try and find things. So as I'm taking things out and like there are ribbons inside of that, I put all of my ribbons together so that I can go through all the ribbons at one time and know what I want to get rid of and what I don't want to get rid of. And I laughed because my facial expression was like, oh my God. So this was interesting. I didn't realize my facial expression was showing you guys all of that, but it's okay. It's me, you guys, and I have no help. It's just me by myself. I'm good though. I am good, and actually afterwards I feel good because I have now a space that I love and one that is functional for me. So now that stack was a stack of crafting books. I may have had those for 25 years, and so they are going in the garage to give away, donate, or sell, or whatever I can do with them because I haven't touched them in years. And including quilting books because I quilted as well. So I'm getting down to another time for a break, and so you can tell my body, my facial expression is like, okay, let's get this done. Let's get this done. So it is time for a break. It is the end of day one, and I am now just sorting paper. I'm tired, but I'm down on the floor, and I'm just going through and sorting paper off that desk so that I can get things cleared up, putting them together so that I can take a rest for the evening. Now it is day two and we can now see the floor. I'm excited, you guys. It looks like I woke up to a new room with an empty canvas except for the walls, guys. And I kept the printer because I still needed to do some printing and stuff. And so I kept the printer plugged up. The desk has been moved and you can see that I've taken things down, except for the things, like I said, on the wall. And I am ready to get started. It is now the afternoon. The closet still needs work. So I am going to conquer the closet next. I got to get it done. So it is now the afternoon of day three. And things are coming together. Look at that. Magically. I wish it happened magically, but it did take me 3 days. And now you can see that my studio area, I have one computer station right there. And then over in the corner, you'll see that I've brought in an old stand that I have that I now have my printer on and my Cricut. And now my carts are underneath. I can store them. They're not in the middle of the floor. And so there's my cart that I use would have my planner on it, and it'll sit right there. And this one is my YouTube channel cart for me to be able to keep all of my stuff together. Now here you'll see that I brought in this cart, which is an old TV stand that I had, and I put my printer on it. Over here is now my workstation where I can work and do my budgeting as well as my writing And there's my girl boss chair. I'm really loving the space here. I'm still got some work to do. And over here is my inspiration wall. I brought the cubes back in. I even got my rug on the floor. So I'm getting started with some things. I even have my signs on the wall. And I'm really excited about that. And look at the closet. The closet is coming together. It's not completely finished yet, but it is taking form. It is neater. It has some function and it has a place for everything. And so I am loving what is coming together here. Let's take another look around the room. And this is what's happening in this space. This was what I did before I put some of the items back in, and I just wanted to give you an opportunity to see them. So the last video in this series will be a big reveal where I'll show you everything that I've done, and I've show you exactly what's in each drawer and how the cubes are put back, everything from that particular point. So you definitely want to stay tuned and see all that I have been doing in this room. So I truly, truly, truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe so that you'll be a part of all that I'm doing here at RaleneCreates. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll be notified the next time that I upload a video. And remember, as I encourage you, I encourage myself. Be blessed.